Okay guys, today I'm going to teach you a lesson on interpreting and writing algebraic expressions in terms of their context. When it says in terms of their context, basically it's just talking about word problems. So these are your notes for 2-1, and instead of using the notes out of the book, I kind of just made a simpler form, and you need to take notes as we go along. So first things first, interpret an algebraic expression corresponding to the given context. Okay, algebraic expression is a problem without an answer. Something like 3x plus 2, that would be an algebraic expression. Different than an algebraic equation, which would be 3x plus 2 equals 6. An equation has an answer. Can you write that down? Okay, next, so read below and using a complete sentence, interpret the context of the expression. George is buying watermelon and pineapples to make fruit salad. He buys W watermelons at $4.49 each and P pineapples at $5 each. What does the expression $4.49 W plus 5P represent? Well, the first thing you have to know is you don't have to do a whole lot of work for this. All you're doing is basically just saying what this represents. Well, what this represents is the total cost, write it down, of buying watermelons and pineapples. If we want to talk in terms of what you did in your warm-up, this right here would be considered the coefficient along with that. Those are your coefficients. Write that down. The ones I'm circling, the W and the P, those are your variables. The variables obviously are your unknowns. There are no constants in this because remember your constants don't have variables. Next, Curtis is buying supplies for his school. He buys P packages of crayons at $1.49 per package and Q packages of markers at $3.49 per package. What does this represent? Again, guys, don't overthink it. It's not asking you to solve anything. All you have to do is write total cost of buying. What did they buy? Crayons and markers. So for these problems right here that are saying in your homework, to interpret the context of the expression, that's all they mean. The next part of your homework assignment, however, is to model the expression algebraically. So when we say algebraically, we're going to take these word sentences and put them into numbers and letters. But I'm going to go back here. You're just doing the expression. You're not doing an equation. You won't have an equal sign and you won't have a number after the equal sign. Okay, so here are some things that you're going to see on your homework. These expressions you'll see on your homework. So it says the price of an item plus 6% sales tax. So we're going to make P the price of our item. So P equals the price of our item. So it's P, the price of our item, plus 6% sales tax. When we pay sales tax, we have to pay 6% of the price of the item. So 6% of the price of the item means you have to multiply those together. And then that gives you that small amount of sales tax of which you have to add to the original price of the item. This would be considered 100% or 1P. So what would this be considered? Well, it would be 6%, 0.06, we're going to change it to a decimal, times by P. So that's 6% of the item plus the 100% of the item, or 1. So then it says to simplify, or in simplest form, which would be 100% of the item plus 6% of the item, which is 106% of the price of the item. So that's how you write that as an algebraic expression. And then this, all of it, would be your answer. And the next one says the price of a car. So again, for the price of the car, we're putting P. And plus 8.5% sales tax. Again, I'm going to put that over here, 8.5% of the price of the item. So this is the extra that you have to pay. But in addition to that, obviously you have to pay the price of the car. So you'd say P, the price of the car, which is 100% or 1, plus 8.5%, which we're going to change to a decimal. So it would be 0.085. Sorry, Kayla. P, 0.085% of the price of the item, which is the car, equals. Now if I add those together, 100% of the item, or 1, plus the 8%, that equals 1.085 P. So you have to pay 108% of the price of the item. And again, there's no answer for that because we're just writing an expression. Okay, so here would be what I would expect you to have as your answer for those types of problems. One more real quick, the original price of the item, P, but now if you look at it, it says less, a discount of 15%. So now we're going to take that price of the item, which is 100%, and we're going to take that 15%. We are not going to times it by the price of the item because we're taking 15% away from the price of the item. So now we're going to say we are price of the item, but instead of adding it on is what I meant to say. Instead of adding it on, we're going to subtract it. So 100% minus the 15%, changing it to a decimal, price of the item. So 100% minus 15% is 85, which is 0.85% of the item is what we would have to pay. Next, this is a little bit different type of problem that you're going to have to do on your homework along with this one right here. So I just wanted to give you kind of a flavor of all the different types of problems. The number of gallons of water in a tank that already has 300 gallons in it after being filled at 35 gallons per minute, and they want you to use M for the minutes. I want you to go back to this right here and take a look at it. 300 gallons is actually your constant. Can you circle that and write it down? The reason it's your constant is because it's already given, you already have it. It's already there, so that's plus 300. That's your constant. No variable with it. But then it says after being filled at 35 gallons per minute. Gallons, 35 gallons per minute. So it's 35 per, which means times minute, M, right there. So the expression would be 35M plus 300. And again, it's an expression. You're not going to write the answer down. Okay, so a woman's age today is 5 years less than, you should know something about less than, that should pop into your head, 2 times the age of his oldest daughter. Let A represent the daughter's age. Write the expression to represent the, hey, this is supposed to say woman's age. I took this problem from one of your homework questions and I just rewrote it with some different numbers in there. So I forgot, I missed that part. So ready? It's a less than. Okay, a woman's age today is 5 years less than 2 times the age of the oldest daughter's age. Let A, this is what I want to write, A equals the daughter's age. Sorry, Kayla, I just messed that up. There you go. I got it. GHTERS. That's your daughter's age. Okay? All right, so if we were to do this, first of all, we know that this less than means that 5 years has to go in the back, minus 5. And then it's 2 times the age of the daughter. So 2 times the age of the daughter. And that's actually all you have to do. So today you have to model the expression algebraically, just like these problems right here. And you also have to basically just say what the problem in context is representing. So that's what your assignment is. Now your homework is right here It's a practice page, front, and I put some homework problems on the back side right here that I would also like you to complete. Okay, have a great day, and make sure you're good for Mrs. Dunkel. Mrs. Dunkel, thanks for subbing.